What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another live stream. Today is Sunday, May 17th, 2026. We're finna do our weekly analysis for the week of May 18th through the 22nd. Alright. Before we get started, first thing first, I want to just say welcome, G.F.T family. Glad to see y'all. That's probably how we're gonna start doing our intro. Instead of saying what's up YouTube, we might say what's up G.F.T family. That's what we probably do. We'll probably do that instead. But yeah, man, we're finna get into this week, man. Excited, the trade this week. Had a decent week last week. Friday was, not the best, but the rest of the week was pretty good last week. If you didn't get a chance to check out some of the trades we took last week, go to the video list, and we have a video titled Trade Recap. Pretty much recapping the trades we took that week. And it's pretty much a series we're gonna start just dropping them probably like every Saturday. Just a trade recapping the trades we took that week, man. And you can go back see what we did for the week. I also give information on how I could have done better, where my psychology was at that moment, all kind of different things, and we also grade our trades also. So check that out. Make sure y'all have the notification bell on, so whenever I drop a video like that or drop a video in general, y'all will be notified and will receive a notification. All right, we're finna jump into these charts and stuff for this week. First thing first, I always go over the weekly economic calendar. We get our economic calendar from investing.com. We put it on 3-star news. United States news only. We only want 3-star news because we only want the high impactful news. So if you ever wonder why our calendar is shorter than most, more than likely because we put it on that high impact news only. Okay. Other than that, let's get into it, man. So first thing first, we got the economic calendar. As of today, I always stress this out every single time. Check that calendar each and every day. It do be updates. Sometimes we may not have news on a specific day, and then all of a sudden we got news pop up. We'll have news pop up. So always check your news each and every day. Oh, let me turn this music off in the background. My bad, y'all. Always check your calendar each and every day. Just because this calendar look like this today, it may not look like that tomorrow. Okay, but as of today, Sunday, May 17th, we see that we don't have any news, 3-star news at least, until Wednesday, May 20th. So Monday, the 18th, no high impactful news schedule. Tuesday, no high impactful news schedule on the 19th. But then Wednesday is the first day we have it. Okay. So looking at the calendar, Wednesday, May 20th at 9:30 a.m. we have crude oil inventories. Honestly, y'all know how I feel with crude oil. If you're familiar with this channel, we look at crude oil as a hit or miss. Crude oil, we're not really scared. We usually trade through that. Yes, it's high impactful news, but usually it only impacts crude oil most of the time. Here and there you'll see it make a quick spike in the market, but usually it don't really affect us too much. So crude oil is at 9:30, but we're not too worried about it. Then at 1 p.m. we have FOMC meetings. Definitely important. FOMC meeting is always important. Any meeting, and whenever we see FOMC, usually it's going market is important. Market going to move. That is at 1 p.m. We usually be off the charts by then. But if you're on the charts at 1 p.m., be on the lookout for that. You might want to, lower your size, position size, your risk that you normally risk. You might want to cut it in half, or you may want to just wait until the news come out. Give it about 15-30 minutes after. Okay. So that is Wednesday, May 20th. We only got 2 events. Really, the only main event we're focusing on is that 1 p.m. FOMC minutes. Thursday, May 21st, we got 7:30. We got Fed Manufacturing Index, 7:30 initial jobless claims. Then 8:45, we have PMI. Yeah, two different PMIs, manufacturing and services. Really Thursday kind of look. PMI isn't very important. Jobless claims is very important, but it kind of look like a decent day. It look like it's gonna be a decent day. Um, the Fed index and the jobless claims is at 7:30. That is pre-market for us. Our market don't open till 8:30 for me. Um, we usually don't trade pre-market. So yes, the news come out at 7:30, but we're not too worried about it because it is pre-market news. Pre-market news, biggest thing is once market open, give it a couple minutes or so, see how that market reacts. Cause that open encounter might range just due to the pre-market news. Then at 8:45, we do have the PMIs. That is when market open. That's 15 minutes after market open. So we gotta be on the lookout for that. PMI can move the market and bring some volatility in, and that's not no bad thing. Volatility is not bad. Volatility is good because that's giving you more range of uh potential opportunity to make some money. There's more. It is putting you at more risk to lose money also, but if you know and you stick to your rules and know what you're looking for, it can really help you to making your money pretty quick. And then that's the only news we have for the week so far. Like I said, as of Sunday, May 17th, that's the only news we have. Um, Other than that, I guess that's it for the economic calendar. Of course, I will give y'all this. Um, Normally Mondays, we always usually expect Monday to have one or two things either be slow or it's gonna really push just because it's trying to kick off the week. Tuesday usually be some type of continuation day. Wednesday we usually expect some type of reversal or pullback. And then Thursday and Friday, well, Thursday, continuation to whatever trend was getting set throughout the week. And then Friday is usually that correction day. Friday usually that correction day. If the market wanted to be bearish and it was bullish all week, it'll hurry up and push down on Friday. If it wanted to be bullish and it was bearish all week, it'll hurry up and push up usually on Friday. So be on the lookout for those. Other than that, should be good to go, man. Should be good to go. Now we're going to get into the earnings report for this week. Earnings for this week. If you want to know where I get my earnings from, I go to Instagram. I follow a page called Earnings Whisperer. He usually drop his earnings out every Sunday, or I think he do it on Saturdays. I'm not too sure. I think it's Sunday or Saturday, but usually he'll post them and I just take a screenshot of it. I just like how he lay it out, make it a little simple for me. So yeah, that's where we get our earnings report from. Now let's look at this chart here and see, do we see any earnings that looks interesting to us? And disclaimer, if you're somebody new, um, over here we usually just look at the earnings report. If I see some names I recognize, I'll point them out. But if it's something that we don't really often trade, I may skip over it, may say, oh, I don't really see nothing. If you see anything that looks like, hey, that's a good company right there. That should have some good earnings, or I'm expecting a nice move there. Don't be scared. Comment down below. Let me know. And put me on to a stock that I may not recognize or see at the moment. Okay. All right. So going into Monday, first thing first, Monday earnings for Monday. Do I see anything pre-market? Not really. Pre-market, I don't really see nothing that's crazy. After the close, really don't see nothing either. Tuesday, we see pre-market. We got Home Depot. Um, Other than that, that's the only thing I see for pre-market. After the close, got Kava. Not sure about Red Robin. I never checked their charts out before. Maybe this Key Site Technology, whatever that is. Maybe that, but I never checked them out before, so I'm not too familiar. All right, but really, I guess I could say Home Depot and Cabo, the main two I see on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got Target. Target. I haven't checked their charts out in a while, but um, we definitely got Target, Lowe's, um, Hasbro's, TJ, yeah, TJ Maxx. I'm not sure what Analog Devices is. It sounds familiar, but I never checked the chart out before. Maybe that'll be a sleeper. We got a couple. We got a couple. A couple of them on Wednesday. Okay, but definitely pre-market. After the close, here we go. Big dog, Nvidia. Definitely be checking out Nvidia. Intuit, Elf maybe. Ain't that Elf the makeup brand? I believe. Um, yeah, they got a couple names on Wednesday. We definitely got a couple names on Wednesday that we could potentially check out. Wow. Okay. Thursday, going into Thursday. So I'm liking Wednesday for sure. Thursday, we got pre-market Neo, Walmart, John Deere, and then I guess Advanced Auto Parts. I don't really check them out. Ralph Lauren. Okay, we got a couple names, man. We got a couple names coming in this week. A lot of retail names. Um, yeah, definitely Walmart. Uh, I got me a couple shares of that, so that's more long term for me. But I definitely still check their charts out. Um, yeah. Look pretty good. After the close, we got Weeble, Deckers, Zoom, Workday, Ross. Uh, I never checked out Copart, but I recently heard about them. Uh, so yeah, we got some decent names. And then Friday to finish the week off, um, we don't see nothing Friday. So really, the main days is that Wednesday and Thursday. But Tuesday definitely starting to kick some stuff off. But Wednesday and Thursday, the main 2 days. I feel like somewhere in here is gonna be a couple of them that gonna give some nice moves. So yeah, that is the earnings for the week, man. That's earnings for the week. So let's finally get into the charts. It's time to get into the charts, man. Let's pull up the charts. Let me make sure I got these charts ready. Take this off. Now give me 1 second. I gotta pull up my tabs. And I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. I did not prepare the charts ahead of time. And my bad, y'all. Cause the only reason I didn't, cause I just pressed stream when I was supposed to be doing the chart. And I was like, you know what? Hey, we already pressed stream. Let's just go ahead and get the ball rolling. Um, so I do not have the charts set up just now. Y'all gotta bear with me on that. Give me 1 second. No. Give me 1 second. Let me bring this stuff over. Gotta bring these charts and stuff over. Alright, I think we good. I put a webcam on. I didn't mean to have the webcam on. My bad, y'all. My bad. Dang, we out here slacking today. Alright, let's get into these charts, man. Going to SPY. Let's go over to the weekly. Let's check the weekly out first. Look at the weekly. Let's hide these drawings. Looking at the weekly. Alright, weekly is just straight bullish, man. It's just straight bullish. End up closing green. We did close above previous week high. We left a gap here. Maybe we'll do a slight pullback and go higher, but I see the gap here. I don't think we want to come straight to the gap. I think we want to try to go back up some more, but I'm not too sure. We did close past that high though. So that do show signs of continuation, but this is a long wick, so we may have hit an invisible level being at these all-time highs. So it could potentially be looking to reverse, but I'm not thinking reversing until I see an actual red weekly candle. Okay. Hold on, let me make sure the stream is okay. Yeah, the stream good. Okay. Let's jump over to the daily. So weekly is bullish. Daily. Finally got a red daily candle. So hey, we're bearish on the previous candle, but overall for this daily, we're in the uptrend. So we're bullish. Okay. Overall bullish. We made higher highs. Red candle indicating that we're making some type of low. We just don't know if it's a lower, gonna lead us to a lower low, or is it gonna be a higher low. For us though, what we want to see is pretty much we just want to see a green candle. Let us take the loans to go back to these highs at 749.53. Okay, get a green candle. I'm looking to take loans. Okay. Other than that, put our drawings back on. If we do go complete bearish, like we end up making a downtrend, like low, high, lower, low, I will be looking for us to potentially come retest this 727 level. 727.28 right here. We'll be looking for us to potentially retest that, or at least come down to that 729.75 right here, 729.75 low. So that's only if we end up making low, high, lower, low. We could very well just go all red candles and come straight down here to it. But I will be 100. I ain't gonna say 100%, but I'll be a lot more confident if we get a low, high, lower, low. Then I'll try to aim for that 729.75. But as of now, I'm just looking for some type of green candle to go back long. Okay, it's really that simple. That's all we're looking for. So look for a green daily candle. Go back up to 749. Okay, plain and simple. Really not that hard. What we're looking for. Okay, let's remove some of this stuff because it is a little bit cluttered. Let's go down to that hourly. See what the hourly looking like. See what that hourly looking like. It's consolidated there. Broke this hourly gap here. I'm still gonna drag it all the way over. Maybe we come bounce at this hourly gap down here at 734.66. Maybe we see that bounce here to try to go back higher. If you want to go higher, I'm thinking this is where we'll bounce at potentially. If it just break through here, I'm thinking we trying to come down at 729. All right, but that's what we really look for. We get a green daily candle, we're looking to go back long, back some highs. Plain and simple. Going to QQQ. Let's go to QQQ. Looking at the weekly for QQQ. Let me move this out the way. Weekly on QQQ looks different than SPY's. SPY was bullish, and it closed past previous week high. QQQ weekly is bearish. It closed red, and it closed below the previous weekly high. So we got two. What you want to say? Hey, I'm trying to think of the word that a lot of people use. I think it's diversion. But they contradicting each other. I say that one going bearish, one is bullish. We got higher highs. We're making some type of low. We don't know if it's gonna be a lower low or it's gonna lead us to a new higher low. That's the question. We did leave a gap. Did leave a weekly gap, so we could try to come retest this gap, which is this low at 696.64. We could try to come back down here and then try to push. And we very well could just straight push up too. So, really gotta see what the market want to do at the start of this week. But as of now, we closed red for that weekly, which is bearish. Looking at the daily, we also closed red, but it's in the uptrend. Okay, so this could be just a pullback But we need a green daily candle before we can go long. If we don't get a green daily candle, we can't take a long. Okay? Can't take a long. At least swinging wise. Like I might take the long on the scalp, but swinging wise, I can't take a long. Okay. All right, we're sitting at the top of this daily gap here at what's that 708.91. So we barely closed back above it by 2 cents. Um, market could try to bounce off of this daily gap to go higher, but like I said, I'm waiting on a green daily candle. Let me move this stuff out of the way. It's just all in the way. Wait on a green daily candle first, though. That's what I'm waiting on, man. Remove some of this stuff. These hourly levels, I don't be needing it unless we come down there. Just need the red lines. All right. But yeah, same thing is fine. We just waiting on a green daily candle. We look to go back long back to 722.03. We get above 722.03. If we can build base above, I'll still be riding them long. Drop down to the hourly. Look like it's consolidating. It look like it's consolidating. But we just waiting on either the lower time frame to start turning bullish, or wait on a green daily candle without taking this 696.64 level out. So let's put an alert there that we don't want the market to go below there if we want long. Okay, cross only once, crossing down. All right, plain and simple, plain and simple. Next, let's go over our futures real quick, and then we'll come back to the regular stocks. We'll go over these futures real quick, then we'll go over the regular stock. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me make sure the stream is. Make sure the stream is up to date. All right. And also, if you didn't get to see, we ended up getting another combine. We ended up grabbing another combine. Now, like I said, Friday we had a bad day on that new combine, so we were down 1,000 on that new combine. We're trying to get at least. I'm trying to get max funding. I'm trying to get 5 accounts. So we got 3. We need 2 more. So hopefully we gonna try to bring this one back this week, man. We down about 1,000 to start the week on, but we're gonna try to bring this one back this week, man. We're gonna try to bring this one back on this and this is the daily loss limit one, so it stopped me once I got down there on this account. Let me see. Give me 1 second though, y'all. Give me 1 second. Alright, M and Q, that's where we're supposed to be at. That's where we're supposed to be at. And we gonna also we gonna purchase what is this firm? Dang, what is that firm? They got a nice sale going on. Is it Lucid? I think it's Lucid. We're gonna purchase a Lucid account also. Cause I wanna try them out. I wanna try the Lucid out. So we can probably buy that one this week. We'll see. Cause they got a nice sale going on. And if you wanna keep up with the sales and stuff, be sure to follow the Discord. Follow our Discord at G.F.T Trading. Okay? G.F.T Trading. Follow our Discord, man. And we post any sales that's going on, any promos. We're gonna start posting tournaments because we got some firms that is doing tournaments I think this week. And I did enter, but I don't know if I'm gonna be really participating that much. Just because I'm trying to pass these combine stuff. Like I said, we down on one this combine. I'm gonna try to bring this one back. Hopefully we can pass it this week. I think we can pass it this week, honestly, but Um, I'm gonna trade somewhat in the tournaments. Like Ninja Trader got a tournament, Tradeify got a tournament. Um, I'm gonna trade some in the tournaments, but like I said, I'm probably more focused on my own accounts. I might just swing trades over there. All right, MNQ. Let's look at the weekly real quick. I did all that talking. I went on a little, a little spiel right there. Man, how many times I say I'm gonna take this off? I'm gonna take it off after this stream. I promise y'all. These dang news event things. Looking at the weekly, it looked just like QQQ. It closed red, closed below the previous week's high. So it's bearish right now. Okay, it's bearish. We might come get a retest of this weekly gap down here at 28,741. And then maybe it try to push higher. I kind of feel like if it go touch this here, we might not push higher. You know, I don't really see like crazy news to where we're gonna want to come right back and recover it. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe come down some today or which is Sunday, and then try to push up on Monday. And that's the only way I'm really thinking we're trying to go back to the highs. But if it comes and take that previous week low, I'm not 100% gonna give up on being bullish, but kind of gonna give up on being bullish. Like I kind of wanted to not come into this gap here. Okay, this weekly gap. Um, Other than that, like I said, it's overall bullish right now though. At higher high, maybe we making a higher low, maybe. Just depends on what the market want to do. All right, going down to that daily. We're in an uptrend. We got high, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. Key level, like we said, 28,741. It breaks that, it breaks our uptrend. Target level, if we can get a green daily candle, we're looking to go back up to 29,783.75. Honestly, I just want some longs. If I'm on a lower time frame, I just want us to have an uptrend above 29,222. We get an uptrend like on a 5 minute or 1 minute above there, I like the long. Okay. Even if we take longs at the bottom of here, get an uptrend by filling the close below 28,945. Take the longs back to the top of the gap. That'll be a nice trade. Other than that, I'm not looking to go bearish until we at least break 28,741. Break that, then I might think about being bearish, but I'm bullish for now. I'm just waiting on a green daily candle. Okay. Going over to MYM, and we don't look at gold, y'all. So if you ever want to know, dang, do they look at gold? No, we don't, because ever since like the firms kind of limited gold for a short period of time, I was like, I don't like them doing that. So I kind of just stayed away from gold after that. All right, going over to the weekly. Let's hide that. Then at the weekly, we end up closing red. Closed red. Oh snap! Did we even take the high? Let me see. 50,280. 50,000. Okay, we did take the high. Okay, I was about to say, whew, if we didn't take that high here, y'all, and we closed red, boy, I was gonna take them shorts all the way back down. Because I was gonna say we in the downtrend still. If we were still in the downtrend, I would have took them shorts all the way back down. We got low, high, lower, low. If it didn't take that previous high here, this could have been a new lower high. Bring us all the way back down. They lucky. They barely got it, man. I was gonna say grab them shorts. Grab them shorts. But it broke that high. So we got high. We making some type of low on this weekly. We just don't know, is it gonna bring us all the way back down to keep this downtrend going, or will we get a green candle for a weekly to start making an uptrend? Okay, and if we do make an uptrend on this weekly, so say we make a higher high, especially if we can close past this previous high, I definitely look for these highs to get taken out right here at 50,922. Okay. But as of now, it's bearish. We just don't. I don't know. I can't really. I'm gonna say MYM. I'm more so waiting on that weekly to switch either back green or If we just go straight red and come all the way back down, then it is what it is. Look at this daily. It kind of look trash, but we got high, low, higher, high. Made an uptrend and immediately broke it. So I'm almost neutral on NYM as of now. Not nothing I really want to trade right now. I haven't traded NYM in a couple weeks or so. So honestly, I haven't traded NYM in probably about 2-3 weeks. That's literally all it is here. So I'm just not really feeling NYM chart, man. It's not super clean. Not super clean, man. Yeah. Not feeling NYM. We ain't even gonna try to do no analysis for it. I mean, we might scalp it on lower time frames, but I'm not really feeling NYM, man. Like, I think just follow like lower time frames. Like if it's an uptrend, follow the uptrend. If it's a downtrend, follow the downtrend. But daily wise and stuff, like find my overall bias, it's kind of hard to really decide with NYM. I mean, like I said, for the weekly, I can see potential. If we end up making a higher high, then yeah, like I said, we close past this high. I can look for us to go to that 50,922, but I ain't really feeling. I'm not feeling that daily. All right, let's go to our stocks. Look at our main ones we love to trade. So AMD is not my main one, but we'll go to AMD first. Looking at AMD weekly end up closing red. So we're trying to make some type of little AMD been on a crazy run, man. Just straight bullish every single time, bro. Crazy run for AMD, man. And finally got our first red week. Finally got our first red week. So we got to see how far down they want to drop. Um, really the key for AMD, if you want to get in some like go bullish, once it retake this previous high, that might be a trigger to go back long again. Once it break 469, but as of now it closed red. It did leave a gap. Okay, we did leave a weekly gap. So we don't necessarily have to drop hard since we left the gap. If it didn't leave that little wick right there, then I'm almost sure we would have dropped hard. But we don't. We can still drop, but we don't have to drop super hard, and it can still try to bounce. Only way I say we drop real hard is if say this next week close inside this gap, then like so if we close below 423.36 for the weekly, then I'll be like, yeah, we coming all the way down to that 360. But it look interesting. Let's look at the daily though. For the daily, let's delete this here. Daily, we switched bearish on the daily. We got low, high, lower, low. So it's bearish as of right now. So I do expect it to go to the bottom of the gap here. The daily gap at 421.71. Now I don't know if we break 401.08 just yet. Maybe we try to bounce here. Start moving higher if we want to go bullish. What I'll be looking for is if we end up getting a break of this downtrend, I'll probably look for a long then. Break that downtrend. I'll probably look for a long. So if we get a close back above this previous high at 453.31, that might be where I look for a long position. For me to go bearish though, for me to go bearish, give me 1 second. All right, there we go. For me to be bearish, I mean it's bearish right now, but I need a pullback. I need a green daily candle and then one more red, and then I go back. I go short. So as of right now, we already made the lower low, so I can't get in. I mean, I'll be chasing if I get in now. So I'd rather for either a green pullback and then another red candle that I'll probably look to aim for that 401 level. Okay. All right. Really that simple. Let's go to NVIDIA. This is where the earnings gonna be at this week. Now, NVIDIA earnings coming this week. I'm gonna tell y'all now, the contract gonna cost an arm and a leg, man. Them contracts gonna cost an arm and a leg. We did. I did not know. I actually took I took NVIDIA last week. We took NVIDIA last week, but I didn't hold it long enough. We did make money off of it, but I could have held way longer, way longer. Looking at the weekly on NVIDIA, it was bullish, made an uptrend. I mean, it made a green daily candle close past previous weekly candle. It closed past the previous weekly candle. It do got a big wick up top, so yes, it closed past the previous week candle, but that big wick could be some type of visible resistance level. Okay, so you got to be careful with that. But it's bullish on the weekly. Going to that daily, we got high, low, high, lower, low, higher, high. So yes, overall uptrend, but the most recent spot is not fully uptrend. We made a lower low with a higher high. So what I want to see is if we can end up not coming to make another lower low and go push back up and break this high at 236.54. We do that, we in a full-fledged uptrend. We should see some nice squeeze, possibly potentially up to that 245, 250 range. Okay. Like we said, previous daily candle was red, so we making some type of low. We just hoping it don't go all the way back down, make that lower low. If it does, it is what it is. But we're not wanting that to happen. You know, we're not wanting that to happen. Okay, I don't know what this alert for. Maybe a lower time frame. Oh, this is when I was in my trade. Yeah, that was when I was in my trade. See, this is what we was aiming for. This was like my hourly. My hourly, what I was looking for. I was waiting on the uptrend to start forming and to go take longs. I got in a day early. I got in over here. And we just couldn't. We got in too soon. Ended up not pushing all the way higher, and then literally overnight it gapped up. So I just didn't hold it. I did have it for Friday, but I just ended up closing it, and I was mad when I woke up and seen it. Well, not Friday, my Thursday. When I woke up and seen it Thursday, I said, "Bro, we literally could have held that mug and we would have hit TP." But it was okay. I ain't really sweat it. We still made money, but we just didn't make nothing crazy, you know. Delete some of this stuff. But like I said, for that daily, we kind of want to see the first green candle. That's what we're waiting on. First green candle. It's just a big range. It's kind of scary. Kind of scary to trade because it's just this huge range. Like last low we got is at 194. The high was at 230s. You know, so it's a big area this market can play with right here. Big area. So biggest thing we're focusing on is whenever it takes this high right here at 236.54, we want to see do it build base above there. If it build base above there, we're good to keep them longs. And then other than that, we break that low down here at that 194.75. Not necessarily to say go short, but it definitely ruins the uptrend. I mean the bullish bias. Okay. All right. So Nvidia, it looked decent, but the only thing I'm focusing on is if it breaks that high. That's the only thing I'm focusing on for Nvidia. Once it breaks that high, so let's put a what's called there. Once it breaks that high and make an uptrend above, then I'll be looking for the long. All this stuff down here, I don't care about what it's doing down there below it. I only care about once it get above here. And then like we said, look for that 245, 250 area. So that's about what I'll be looking for on Nvidia. CrowdStrike. Jump to the daily. This was my favorite thing to trade, y'all, but And it got out of hand, bro. The contract's $7,000. Like, bro, what? Who's spending $7,000 out the money? I ain't even fool with. I was trying to check. I was trying to buy some Nvidia the whole week, bro. I mean, not Nvidia, CrowdStrike. And I'm like, bro, why are these contracts so dang expensive? I said, I can't trade this literally my favorite. If you ever been on the channel, man, this is my favorite thing to trade, bro. One of my favorite things to trade. And I was like, bro, it's finna run straight to these highs. I literally knew it. But I just didn't. One, I was gonna get in, but I wasn't confident in taking 2-day contracts, bro. And I didn't want to spend that much for the weeklies. Cause I was like, man, watch I end up buying it and it might stall out for a second before pushing higher, and then my contract get ready to expire right when it's trying to push. But I probably should have took that chance and but just went ahead and bought the 2-day contract because literally each day, well, it went by $10 here or $12 there, another $20 there, another $20. Well, another $20 there. This one moved about another $6, $7. This one moved another $25. This one moved another $20. This one moved so yeah, would have been straight, but I don't know. Maybe fear got in the way a little bit. Like I was just like, man, if I buy a contract, it's gonna be that one day where we doing a pullback, you know? And I just couldn't do it. And it was just so bullish. I was like, bro, I just can't do it. Even right now, I kind of can't do it. You know, kind of can't really trade it, man. It's too bullish. It's too bullish. Like literally, I just had to jump in and catch a little piece. And this was where I was trying to buy. I was trying to buy it on Wednesday. I was trying to buy it on Wednesday. This is ridiculous how this money moving, bro. I mean, maybe try to catch the uptrend, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna leave CrowdStrike alone till we finally start getting some red daily candles in the mix. Okay, let's go check out Tesla, man. I ain't looked at Tesla in a while. I ain't at Tesla since we took our test. Since we took what these trades when we down here, y'all. What was that? Let me try to remember. Yeah, it was like 383 when we got in. Yeah, we got in on this one. We got in them Teslas. So we ain't look at it all up here. We just took them down here. Looking at Tesla weekly. Ooh, Doji, but it's still green. But Doji count. Let's remove some of this stuff here. Doji count on Tesla. Come on, man. Let me delete. Don't start that lag. We finna have to get off the charts. Lag too much. Okay. You can keep that. Yeah. Bullish. You got high, low, higher, high. So it's bullish. Clear as day. Broke this previous target here. So next target is all the way up here at 499. But it got a close pass here. Doji is an indicator of potential pull, reversal. But it's not red, so I'm not gonna completely say it. Gonna do it yet. Look at the daily. We did make a lower low on the daily though. Got higher high with lower low, so we did break this uptrend here. We did break the uptrend. So since we broke the uptrend, only way I can go bullish is once we either make another uptrend or when we take this previous high. Okay. So can't really go bullish as of right now. So I'm only looking to go long once we get back above 453. Or, like I said, we make an uptrend somewhere. And then bearish. Only way I want to be bearish, we make low, high, lower, low. Then I look to take it all the way back down, possibly down to 400, maybe even down to 392. If we make a downtrend, okay? All right, let's just go to Meta, and then we're gonna call it for tonight, okay? Meta. Let's go to that weekly. Meta weekly is green. Okay. So we got a higher high, low. So we in the middle of either trying to make an uptrend or either coming back bearish. Gotta see what it want to do. Okay. Gotta see what it wants to do. We could play this here though. We could try to use the daily candle low. The weekly candle lows down here at it's at 592. Try to use that as a base and see if we can just stay above. Biggest thing I want to see though is if the first weekly, if we get a weekly candle close above 624.98, I'm looking for them longs. Look for the longs then. Okay. So I'm gonna set an alert there. We close above there. I'm looking for them longs. Yeah, I need to close. Weekly candle close. That's why I'm looking for longs. Okay. Look for longs. If we close above 624.98, I want longs. Okay. When you get a red weekly candle and come back a lower low, make that downtrend, then I'll definitely look for the shorts to take it possibly really all the way back down to that 620 area. Not 620, 520 area. Looking at the daily, it's consolidating. Really not giving us a good clear picture. Yeah, we got higher high, lower low. So it's not a clear picture right now. Okay. And then that's it. We're gonna call it. All right, y'all. So that is our weekly analysis, man. Be sure, like I said, to like, share, subscribe. Make sure you got the notification bell on so you will know when we post a video. We will be going live on Monday and Friday, live streaming. So be sure to check that out. Usually it's at market open, like 10-15 minutes before market open. We will be live. Okay. So y'all check that out. And make sure to follow the Discord for free signals, okay, on Monday and Fridays also. At least one free signal. Other than that, y'all have a good one, and your boy, peace out. Peace.